Uh, Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the program. As you can maybe are able to hear, I have what's known in some circles as a cold. I want to apologize. It's so unprofessional of me to get sick at this time and do the show like this. I sound terrible. I'm disgusted with myself, and I am just as ashamed, if not more, than you are. But we're going to get through it. I was out cavorting. I was out late cavorting, and that's what did it. And that's how I'm living right now, and I'm facing the consequences. And that's really why I don't go out. I love when you go out and something bad happens, and you're able to be satisfied and say, "This is why I don't go out." Nevertheless, it's close to Christmas, and I relented and wore these. I don't even know. I don't even know what they are. I believe this avocado is gonna ski. And then who is this guy? Is it a blood orange? Can someone identify this fruit? That would be great. The skin seems to be green, but then there's a grapefruit. What do you do with an avocado and a grapefruit? If it's a lime and an avocado, maybe there's a guacamole theme here. You know? Well, they're all the same. That doesn't help anything. I also want to thank a young boy. I was in Greektown Wrestling. His name is Steven. Christopher or Steven? Wait, let me look it up. I got confused. It's Steven. It's not Christopher. My apologies. Steven it's got me these socks. It says, I like to make coffee in my underwear. It's very sweet of you. He saw my episode with the drag queens, which he should not have been watching. That's just poor parenting. And now he got me these socks, and they're very sweet. And I couldn't put them on because I got to put them on, and then I got to put the camera on the floor and lie on my back so you can see them. So I just held them up. It's very sweet of you. I asked you for some holiday questions, so let's. Rob Sa, is that your full name? Said, how do you deal with the crushing disappointment of a shitty gift? First of all, you have no expectations because it's a fucking gift. And you should just be happy that it's a gift. You should say, if you open it in his bag, you should say to yourself, good thing this was a gift. And not something I was really relying on, or else I would have been fucked. So remove all your expectations, number one, and you'll never be crushed by a gift. Never go into a date expecting the greatest date ever because you'll be crushed. Always go in expecting the worst. Then at worst, you'll break even. He also says, is it ever okay to ask for the receipt so you can take it back? You should always be just given the receipt. They should be giving you the receipt. And if they don't, well, explain to them perhaps if you've got a medium coat and you're a large, you say, oh, I'm really a large. And if they don't say anything, then you just sell it on I don't know, Etsy or something. The Sledgehammer says, do I have a favorite holiday treat? I do. My grandmother used to make these things called strufala bowls. And they're little bowls of dough. They're like this big. And so they're kind of like a cookie. And then they're covered in honey. And then there's sprinkles sprinkled on them, which really don't taste like anything. So it's just balls covered in honey. But I love them. Rob said, I just noticed it's the first day of Hanukkah, so happy Hanukkah and happy Hanukkah. And I don't know when Saturnalia is. Someone has to look it up and let me know. Aaron said, good morning, RJ. When will you be coming back to Clash, which is in Detroit? I do not know. Hang tight, hang in there. I'm sure I'll be back at some point. Sam said, best part of my Sunday. Well, it's because it's so early, You must have a real drop-off if this is the best part. You must just immediately stub your toe after this. Bill says, Merry Christmas, RJ. Fast Food Guido said, would it have been best to gallivant instead of cavort? Absolutely. Gallivanting is miles healthier than cavorting. Cavorting presumes some level of debauchery. I was out late. I was out too late, and I feel bad about it. And now I have this cold. I also love when people try to track down the mystery of how they got the cold. They're like, oh, you have a cold? Yeah, they'll tell you how I got it. I don't fucking care. It's not a mystery. The mystery is you treated yourself like shit and you're a weak person and you were unprepared for the bacteria of the world. I don't care what your little mystery is because your body is hurting. Now go put on some Vicks and shut the fuck up. Good morning. Happy holidays. RJ, thank you. Nails. Merry Christmas from Mike, the cleaner. Sure. What's the thing that annoys me most about the holidays? Christmas is the only time that you will see a movie with a sad British boy in it. You turn on the TV every Christmas and the television is just filled with sad British boys. Let's get to scooping. I believe this is a nabob roast blend. I don't have the bag, but we're talking about so much Christmas stuff, it doesn't matter. Let's get a scooping. It seems dark, I can tell. I don't know how good the lighting is, but you can see how dark it is. It's almost black. 1, 2, 3, 4, and because I'm sick. Not that coffee helps. Everyone says have tea. No one says have coffee when you're sick. Nevertheless, here we are, and here we will be. Dave said, if someone gets you a fruitcake, are you allowed to punch them? Absolutely. But like below the neck and above the crotch. Or actually just not the crotch and not the head. You can punch him in the leg. You can be a real thigh puncher. Angel says, good morning, sweetheart. Wishing you a wonderful day and a very Merry Christmas. Well, the same to you, Angel. Fast Food Guido says, my immediate family friends regularly gift me alcohol or related paraphernalia. Do I have a problem? Well, I mean, if you're drinking it, no. Like, do you have a problem? Is this an intervention for you, Guido? Are you asked for it? They say, oh, that Guido likes to drink. It's hard. You got to brand yourself correctly to get the gifts that you want. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, maybe he's growing out of the wrestling thing. Maybe he'll like a book. I'm like, no, I'd appreciate a Randy Savage t-shirt. I'm still in that phase. It's okay. Rob said, the episode with the drag queens was great. Thank you. They're called The Nobodies. It's on my channel from last week. It was weird to see you with people campier than you. Certainly. I was figuratively and literally the straight man of the group. Dave said, what is the best sitcom holiday episode? I like that Golden Girls one where they get stuck in the diner. And the last shot is them they're all huddled and they're looking out the frosted window. I mean, it's not good. I just like it. Nails and New York said, do I like any Christmas flavors in my coffee? I'm not an eggnog guy. I'm sure at some point between now and, Tuesday or Wednesday, I will have one sip of someone else's eggnog at a gathering, and I'll say that was enough for me. Beyond that, no. I want my coffee to taste like coffee. A coffee on Christmas is delightful, as long as it tastes like coffee. Actually, maybe some vanilla creamer. Maybe I'll get that at some point. Really living it up. Bill said, has anyone ever tried to buy you a house coat for Christmas when all you need is just the underwear? Well, last week, as you may remember, when I was doing the show with the Nobodies, I was wearing this silk pink kimono, and I was loving it, and I loved the look, and I think it's something that I will ease into as I age. So maybe that. Oh, dear Lord. Weird in a good way, sure. Ashley says, what's your favorite Christmas movie? I'm gonna say it because not enough people are saying it. I think the Muppets Christmas Carol is very, very good. Because Michael Caine acts it the fuck up. He's like, I know these are Muppets. I know what the deal is, but I don't care. We're gonna get this done, and I'm gonna get nominated for something, which is a lot more. Could be said for him than could be said for Tim Curry and Muppet Treasure Island. He was just breezing through that whole thing. He ought to be ashamed of himself. Smooches says, good morning, RJ. Happy holidays. Nice underwear. Very cute and festive. Yes, if you're just joining me, I got these huckleberries on. The avocados are here, and I don't know what fruit this is. So if somebody could tell me, that would be great. If there's a fruitier there, some knowledge of food, I would love that. If you'll excuse me, the water is 1 second. Let's, shall we? A nice drizzle. And again, I am turning the French press to make sure all the grounds get wet. I also want to make it clear that I sound like I have a cold, but I barely feel like it. So I feel like we're in the waning days. And I don't know how you get rid of that, Here we are. That's so much better. If you're just tuning in, you're saying, who is this hideous? What happened to this man? Okay, great. The timer is on. Life is in full bloom. Not in the winter, but fucking whatever. Do fans send you coffee? Yes, they do all the time. And at shows, they give it to me at the merch table, and it's incredibly sweet. And I'm very touched. This is a mess. Even if it's bad, I will accept it and then shit on it privately because I'm a considerate person. Aaron said, to clarify, am I annoyed by the British boys themselves or the lack of sad British boys the rest of the year? I'll tell you, Aaron, what I hate. I hate British children acting. It drives me insane. I don't know why. There's an innocence in their eyes, but in a way that they know they're innocent, and I don't like it. And the way they chew, the Foley sound effects on them chewing. I see that you're chewing. I don't need to hear you nibbling on a chocolate bar. I don't care. It's not motivating me to have a better Christmas. You're ruining it for me. Children, British children actors. What a disaster. Sorry, Aaron. I hope that helps. I want to see less British. If I could do anything in my life, it's to put all British children out of acting. Mets and NES fan. This man is a fan of both baseball and Nintendo, and I'm assuming he's a man. What's the worst gift you ever received from a loved one? So this one year, me and my brother were very young, and my parents said, what the fuck? They're not going to know. So they got us all like secondhand gifts. And I was given a toy coffin that I was told was the Undertaker's, and I fucking believed it. And it turned out he never had a toy coffin at all. Certainly not one that looked like that. I think it was from He-Man or something. I got a Toronto Maple Leafs jacket. The zipper stuck. They returned it. I never got another one. I got a Hot Wheels car wash that was broken. It didn't have all of its functions. So you would just run the car through and nothing would happen. It was a dry wash. And the best of all, my brother, my younger brother, my darling younger brother was gifted a hole puncher in the shape of a snail. My parents thought this child is young enough that he's going to enjoy anything that's in the shape of an insect or an animal or something fun, even if the only function is to punch holes. So that was the secondhand Christmas. And now I will say I kind of respect it. Not in a parental sense, just as another human being. Dave said, do you think the other reindeer secretly hated Rudolph for taking all the spotlight? That wasn't a secret, Dave. That was pretty out in the open. Surely there were other Christmases with foggy weather before, and they got through it. I think Santa was really bumbling for the longest time there. Why weren't lights invented? Put a headlight on Blitzen, and let's get going. They were all pompous. The whole reindeer thing, it fell apart for me. You know when you're reading the Bible, and you're like, I'm buying Jesus and all the stories up to this point, and then it gets like maybe the burning bush does it for you, and you're like, this is a little ridiculous. This is taking me out of the story. All the reindeer did that for me. I liked Santa. I liked the whole concept. And then the infighting with the reindeers was so ridiculous that I really lost faith at that point. Rob said, have you ever bought a gift for someone and they clearly didn't? Oh, God, hold on, please. Have you ever bought a gift for someone and they clearly didn't like it? One year, my mother does yoga classes, and she said to herself, it would be so nice to be able to record them, that I can do them whenever I want. So I got her a tape recorder, like a small one to actually record a thing and whatever. And to my knowledge, like the stickers are still on it. I don't think it even made it out of the box. What are my opinions on Bugsy Malone? He's no Bugsy Mose, I will tell you that. Nails in New York said, where are you spending Christmas? With my family, just hanging out. But then New Year's, I'm hoofing it to Los Angeles. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, I'm doing bar wrestling with a man, I don't know if you're familiar with him. His name is David Arquette. We are teaming both nights. And Yeah, I don't know why he's elected to spend his New Year's this way because I'm already regretting it. Sledgehammer says RJ makes coffee in his kimono. Does sound good. I gotta get into the kimono business. Would people buy kimonos if I had them in the merch table? Um, Michelle says she checks Amazon's return policy on Oliver Twist. That whole movie is just littered. It's infested with sad British children, and it drives me insane. Dave said, what is the most underrated fruit? That's a great question. I think we got to get into the grapefruit business a little more. I think we can, you ever have them on the barbecue? We need to be grilling the fruit, and then the flavor really pops out. Because people often abhor the grapefruit. It's so sour. But I think there's ways around it, not just with the brown sugar. There's other ways. Sokaria says, this is truly the highlight of my Sunday. That's so sweet. Later, I get to sit through the children's Christmas program at church. It's brutal. Please tell me what they're singing. I look forward. I want a Tannenbaum so badly. I just want to hear one Tannenbaum. I hear the Christmas music in the mall. I hate it. But if you get me some church people singing it, I'll love it. Brad says, your rivalry with Blackjack Phoenix was awesome. Thank you. That was in Buffalo. And we actually got his son, who was like 8 at the time, to come in the ring and kick me in the balls. I didn't have that good a sense of decorum at that point. Bill said, I looked exactly like Tiny Tim growing up from the musical Scrooge with the wonderful Albert Finney. So it's become my favorite Christmas movie. Your thoughts on the movie? It's an okay one. It's not the best one of the Christmas carols. I would say what is good? There's one with Henry Winkler that's horrible. There's a Mr. Magoo one that is also not very good. Alistair Sim, obviously, very good. Patrick Stewart, not so bad. But to me, at this time and place, really liking Michael Caine and the Muppets. Rob said, what do you think of people who say, I didn't get you a gift, I gave you money, I gave money to charity for you? I think they ought to be ashamed of themselves. I think they don't know how gifts work. Nor, what if it's like, I don't want to be that good. Somebody got me a thing once, and it's like a tree has been planted in your name. It's like, I'm not a tree guy. I'm not helping out the trees. I'm not the Lorax. Give me the fucking $20. Let me do what I want with it. Is David riding your coattails into 2020? Well, I'll put it like this. The first match of 2020, New Year's Day, will be me and David Arquette against Colt Cabana and Joey Ryan. That's where we're starting 2020. Angel says, good luck with that. Thank you. David says, have you ever re-gifted a present? Absolutely. I love getting it. It's hard because, especially with social media and shit, people post, they're like, thanks for the gift. You're like, shut the fuck up. I don't want other people to know. So I keep my social circles very separate just so I'm able to re-gift gifts. Were you ever in a nativity, said Jeff? And if so, who did you play? I was a cat because the school had too many students. I believe to no one's surprise, was King Herod. And I was a very large boy for my age at the time. So that was very, very sad. Robert says, are you going to kiss Arquette at midnight on New Year's? Well, I don't have a date, and the clock is a ticking. I got to do what I got to do. He wouldn't mind kissing me. Easily the most famous person he's kissed. Michelle said, I had a way too late night last night. Also, I got home at 3:30 a.m. from hanging with a bunch of folks who partake in Christmas. This sounds like an orgy. A Christmas greenery. Sure. I'm pretty sure I just got stoned by smelling my shirt. You know, everywhere in Toronto, it just stinks of weed now. I was having like a brunch the other day and it smelled like weed. And no one's smoking in the restaurant. It just coming from outside and it stunk. Dear Lord. It's fine, but just put it in a brownie or something. Rob saying, you can't have grapefruit with a certain medication. Oh, so always check the labels of the medication. Very good, Rob. Thank you for putting that out there. Jerry Legend said, if you could portray any character in a Christmas movie, what role would you play? I always loved the ghost of Christmas Yet to Come because all he did was fucking point at shit. That was a really good role. I enjoyed it a lot. A lot of good bony-handed pointing. That's what I'm into. David said, I just watched the Muppet Christmas Carol yesterday. So good. That Statler and Waldorf, We're Marley and Marley song is very good. You can play it in the car and enjoy yourself. Levy Hydra said, do you watch the FX Christmas Carol? No, but I probably should. Fast Food Guido says, on Sir Patrick Stewart, will you be watching the new Picard series? Yes, it looks so good because he's someone who likes wine. And it like space, and there's a final frontier, and he's going with the ship, but also likes a good Shiraz. Aaron said, have you seen the Christmas Carol? Have you seen the Christmas Carol? Have you seen the Christmas Carol musical with Kelsey Grammer? That's what my mouth wanted to say, Kelsey Grammer, so quickly. No, I haven't, and I feel bad about it because I like him in a way that makes me not like him, so I should watch it. Also, if I may rant on Frasier, when Niles married Daphne, I don't know why they kept the show going after that. The last 2 seasons after that are just terrible. Dave said, would you wrestle Nick Gage to avenge David Arquette? Nope. Dave said, have you met Patricia Arquette? I have not. Nor Rosanna. Nor Richmond. However, I've met the David's immediate family, his wife and kids, and they are delightful, and his daughter Coco and Courtney, and they're all wonderful people. But, you know, Patricia, Rosanna, they're real celebrities. I don't think they want to waste their time with me. Mets and NES fan says, hey, it's Mike the Cleaner. So have you ever had someone say, oh, I forgot your gift at home and they are full of shit? Or really forgot the gift? Motherfucker, I've done that. I've been like, I forgot your gift. The best is when someone gets you a gift. Like you got something for someone, you haven't given it to them yet. They get you a gift and it's really good. And you go, oh, fuck. I have to change I got to double up on my gift because you out-gifted me. I've done that many, many times. Rob said, have you seen Cats yet? It's meant to be a beautiful disaster. I didn't, and I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I'm going to get any joy out of it at this point. I mean, the play was so bad, and I loved it. And I don't want to see something so bad and I don't like it. Let's press. Will you give me 2 seconds, please? Everyone's getting very excited with the Christmas questions. And it's so nice. Oh, good. We're going to drip. Stand by. Put this under here as we... That's not... Of course, we didn't drip. Now that I put the towel... Okay. It's a nice press as we're thinking about the holiday season. We're having a nice time. Thinking about the Lord and Santa and Christmas. That whole thing. There we are. That's my eyes. That's a good shot. If you all screenshot it, I don't know what you do with it. But nevertheless, okay. That's pressed. Let it settle. Where are we? Have you seen Cats? We talked about that. Oh, here's Michelle. I'm publicly apologizing to you right now, meaning me. The gift I got you that I mailed to myself, so Michelle sent me a gift and it came back to her, is used. That's fine. It's not going to bring up issues I have with my parents from the secondhand Christmas. It's totally fine. I wasn't going to send it, but I did because at least I'll be the best at being the worst gift. The used gift is fine. For the children at Christmas to scam us into thinking that secondhand gifts were brand new and that this toy coffin was the Undertaker's coffin when it was not, is you're lying to your children. Beyond Santa, you're scamming them. But a secondhand gift or perhaps a vintage gift is totally fine, Michelle, so I absolve you. Bill said, have you seen any of the Christmas episodes of Maude? Nothing like Bea Arthur slamming the door in other people's faces at Christmas. I need to go back and watch them. I have not watched them in a very long time, but I will. Jessamine says, good morning. Sorry I'm late. Did I miss the coffee press? Oh, good. You didn't miss it. You're late. You're almost 25 minutes late. I don't know what you've been up to, training up in the hills and the mountains and what have you. But good for you, and thank you for joining us. Dave said, on a scale of 1 to 10, and I wonder, perhaps it's Jessamine person. She's related to the very famous Patty Duke from the Patty Duke Show. Who knows? Dave Mascarella said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a rapper are you? I'm so bad. I am so bad that I will always opt for the bag, putting the thing in the bag, and then just putting the tissue paper on top and around. I have zero spatial sense. I'm horrible with scissors. Tape confounds me. It's not my bag at all. So look, if you're just joining us, no one has been able to identify this fruit here. Again, is it a grapefruit? I don't know, because the skin behind it seems green. And it's wearing these little booties. This, again, I can glean is an avocado. That I know, correct? I got cups. There was this Christmas cup, but this is too big. This is not a coffee cup to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at this. The coffee you want, again, and I've explained this many times because it's an issue for me. This is a cup for tea because it's so big that you want the tea. Tea stays very hot. Coffee, you want to stay hot because coffee will get cool very quickly. So the tea, you want the steam to escape. It's very, 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 it's boiling. This is a tea mug. This is a coffee. See the difference? See how it gives just the different shape here, And quite frankly, this is cumbersome. It's too much. I want to have a smaller cup, and then I want to trick myself into thinking I'm having so many cups of coffee. Dave said on a scale of 1 to... Oh, we did this shit already. Bill said, were there any Christmas traditions that your parents had that you adopted over the years? Well, we used to go for New Year's, for Christmas Eve, we used to have Chinese food at a friend's, and then we stopped doing it, and I miss it because it was really shitty Chinese food, but in an enjoyable, a Christmas story kind of way. The only tradition, the only time that I go, now it's time to celebrate Christmas, is when Pee Wee Herman sends me his annual Christmas card. He does them brand new every year, and once I get it, I'm like, okay, now we can put on the music, and it's fine. My mother likes decorating a tree, as all Christmas mothers are often want to do. Beyond that, nothing really. I like watching Pee Wee's Christmas special. So Christmas for me is a time to reconnect with Pee Wee Herman. Aaron said gift bag every time. Agreed. David Jones says I've reused tissue paper from other gifts. Well, you should. And when you open somebody's gift, you don't rip the paper because they should reuse it. Because we're wasting shit. Whatever, the environment's whatever, but otherwise it's stupid. It's stupid, period. Michelle said Maud currently plays on a channel called Antenna TV, which I don't get now. I want. My boy loves that show and belts out the theme song every time we watch it. Lady Godiva was a freedom rider. She didn't care if the whole world looked. Joan of Arc with the Lord to guide her. She was a sister who could really cook. Isadora was the first broad burner. Ain't you glad she showed up? The background singer goes, oh yeah. And when the country was falling apart, Betsy Ross got it all sold up. And then there's Maud. And then you say, then there's Maud. And then there's Maud. Then there's Maud. You're getting the calls right. And then there's Maud. Then there's Maud. And then there's God and compromising anything but tranquilizing right on, Maud. It's delightful. And there's a clip of Bea Arthur on the Rosie O'Donnell show, and they sing the song together. But I don't know if Rosie miscues her, but she messes up the background singing, and it drives me insane. So it could have been perfect, and they should have done another take. Jerry said, how good of a rapper are you? We just talked about this, whether it's physical or lyrically. I'm just as bad. Although I just sang the Maud theme with a cold, so I'm not as bad as you think. Fast Food Guido says, best oddly set Christmas episode of a sitcom. Beachcombers, MASH, Airwolf, Battlestar, Other. MASH has bad. I have problems with MASH. I don't like MASH at all. Because sometimes it's like, because it's about the war, they were like, cool, we don't have to be that funny. And then because it's a sitcom, they're like, we're funny, we don't have to be, that poignant. So I would say MASH. Can we pour this? I got so distracted by the Maud theme. There we go. Oh, delightful. This looks like it'll taste good. Who knows how it'll taste? I'm having no expectations because I'm managing all of them. Do I have a favorite coffee cup? I like this one. I like soft thing. It's kind of like I'm playing a washboard. It's got a ceramic yet Zydeco vibe. I like my Twilight Zone cup. What else? Do I have any other cups? I had a Nickelodeon cup. I don't have it anymore. That's fine. I gotta get more cups. I gotta get into the cup business. So many people at the wrestling shows are like, you should get coffee cups. I'm like, I gotta fucking lug 30 coffee cups to a wrestling show? and set them up with these mongrel men bashing each other's heads near my table, I think I will pass. It's too hot. I jumped the shark. Let's put it down and give it a minute. Rob said, what point of the day do you open gifts? With my family, later and later. I like to get up very early. My brother does not. So I think you have to tailor it to the last person to wake up. So then I got to wake up and make breakfast. And then there's just gifts around. And they're staring at me. I'm staring at them, wondering what they possibly could be. I want them to be SCTV DVDs. They are not SCTV DVDs because my family desperately wants me to stop watching stuff and do something with my life. And that's fine. David said, when you unwrap, are you careful or do you rip it? My grandmother took her time and reused the paper for other gifts. My grandmother did the same thing, and opening those gifts with the expensive wrapping paper is like dismantling a fucking bomb. That's like, please, we want to use this again. We want to give this to you next year. So if you could be very, very diligent. And they wrap it lightly, so you just have to like pop the tape open. You know what I mean? You don't have to go. It's just that little. That was a deal. My grandmother was a very good rapper. It's not genetic. Angel said, you're making my morning. Well, you're making mine, Angel. God bless you. Bill said, you singing Maud just made my Christmas, as it fucking should, with a cold, mind you. Smooches said, do you have a favorite holiday food? Not really. This turkey and ham shit, it's not really my bag. Gravy, stuffing. I'm a breakfast fella. And I like to take the stuff from Christmas dinner and like throw it in the pan with eggs. So you have some eggs and some turkey and stuffing in the pan. That's way better to me than the actual Christmas dinner. Also, I hate going to these fucking people's houses and they're like, oh, we're gonna eat at 4:00. And you get there at 4 and nothing is out. The meat is still in the oven. And you're like, what the fuck? The table is not set. Yet they have all this charcuterie board. They have cheese and salami out and wine. So you're like, well, and bread. You're like, oh, well, I guess I got to eat this. And then the ham and the turkey, whatever, they're not done till 7. So for 3 hours, you're eating bread and salami and cheese and wine. And now you're bombed and stuffed. And then they give you the ham and the turkey. And they're like, aren't you going to eat? And it's like, can I visit the fucking vomitorium? Have you no shame? Start your dinner on time. Rob said, do you like gingerbread? No. I will say every year, my high school friends and I get together and reminisce and put together a gingerbread house because that's what we did one year. We decided to do it every year. And it's annoying, it's stupid, and everybody should stop doing it. I don't know why people are making and selling them. Oh, this is better. This is nice. The temperature, just those like that 2 minutes there was very nice. Michelle said, I couldn't put up a tree this year because I'm fostering 3 cats. God bless you, Michelle. That's so nice. Low-key, I'm pissed at the cats. You know what? Fuck you, Michelle. They're turning all the lights. You're turning all the lights out, but the Christmas lights is my favorite thing. They're stealing my joy. You're housing them and you're doing a good thing. And if you have to spend your Christmas in darkness, no, it's for the greater good. Dave Muscat, my mother used to put on the album from Cats for our cats and thought perhaps it speaks to them in some way. Maybe try that, Michelle. Let me know how it works. Dave Muscarella said, do you think mistletoe was invented by a lonely guy who couldn't get laid? Yes. Yes. And I do know, and I have seen it, and I wonder if it'll be up when I get there. There is mistletoe in the Arquette household. Who will walk under it? I don't know. Nails in New York said, Ethan Page is at Create a Pro in Lynbrook in February. I'm going to tweet them and beg them to book you too. Good. Do it. But also just don't be like, hey, book this guy. Tell them that I'm a professional and I'm good at shit and that you will come and spend your money because I think that's really what they're interested in. And that I'm affable too. Book this guy is very affable. Michelle said, don't everybody's grandmas do that? Mine does. I have no idea what this is a reference to. I've been talking about my grandmother for 35 minutes now. That's an NAS fan saying you have to put peppermint on the tree. Ooh, yes. Very good idea to keep the cats out. Very, very, very good idea. because I'll tell you something, the cats hate it because they have very sensitive smell and peppermint is very strong. So sometimes if I'm brushing my teeth and I go to kiss my cats, and I often want to do, they're like, get away from me. They'll go, oh, let me just, and then they're like this, and they're like, how dare you? So if you have a peppermint tree, they will not go near it, Michelle. Mets and NES fan here just saved you Christmas. See how this little chat works? We're all helping each other. David Jones said, sunny side egg on top of stuffing is so good. I used to love a good over easy. Now I don't yolk anymore. I used to dip it in the bread and the plate would get all disgustingly sticky, yet I would live with it. You know, you couldn't even rinse it off. You made such a mess of it. Jessamine said, my mom just said out loud, did he just say charcuterie? He's lovely from across the room. That is how low the bar is set with modern society. That me just saying the word charcuterie is like, is he a Rhodes Scholar? Does he have a PhD? Raise your standards. More people should be saying it. And I for one, Mama Duke, call for a greater awareness of charcuterie boards and the pronunciation of it in our society. Smooches said, how are your cats, by the way? Are they in the holiday spirit? Yes. Julia likes to chew on ribbons. She doesn't even like to chew on them. She'll do the reverse magic act. She will swallow all the ribbons, and then you got to pull them out of her. And it's not fun because she's choking. She likes chewing on things. She's learning a lot. Dave said, speaking of cool words, not enough people are using skullduggery these days, which is fantastic. So also yesterday I was talking about tomfoolery, which is a good one too. I think Skull and Tom should get together and they should have a hoot. Rapscallion is another one that isn't used. Huckleberry I use a lot because I've come across no one who has used it. Aaron said, I'm off to a Christmas-themed pop-up bar for brunch. Merry Christmas, everybody. Aaron is going to go get drunk. And to you, I salute you because it's barely 10 o'clock. And I hope you tank it. It's December 22nd. You got 3 days to recover. Enjoy yourself. Rob said, what is your opinion on people who put Christmas clothes on their pets? They're wrong. They're wrong for putting any clothes on their pet because your pet has fur for a reason. And the reason is because it doesn't want your clothes. And if it's that cold, then they shouldn't be out at all. They should not be out at all. It's embarrassing. Oh, look. Oh, what a surprise. Who came to visit is my mother with the cat, Julia. That's great.
I just
That's
want to say Merry Christmas. It's dark. I just want to say Merry Christmas.
That's great.
Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year.
Saturnalia.
And it's my birthday, January 6th. See you later. Bye.
That's how naive my mother is to the internet, that she will just straight up give her birth date away and her face and her name and everything. That's good. She's a savvy, she's a street smart kind of gal. Michelle, and I was on my poor rant about the don't put clothes on your dog, and my mother just grabbed a cat and exploited her on. Oh, Jesus.
Is Michelle there?
Will you do your thing and then leave?
Christmas kittens.
Dave said, please, someone explain brunch to me. It seems like it's just breakfast with alcohol. Yeah, it is. It's breakfast for people who want to get up late. I'll be your mustachioed huckleberry, said a mustachioed Val Kilmer. Nails in New York said, my dog and her Christmas sweaters disagree with you. That's because you're a horrible person. Aaron says, Merry Christmas. Austin says, Merry Christmas, Mom. Smoocher says, we love Mama City. This is great. Everyone's having a great fucking time. Rob said, Merry Christmas, RJ's mom. Oh my God, that kitty is adorable. Bill said, say hello and Merry Christmas to your mom. Lily says, I love your mom. Nails in New York says, thank you, RJ's mama, for gifting us with RJ. Aaron said she just sold the show. P says, oh my God, 2 kittens. Austin Adams says, still waiting on a run-in from my brother. He will not be coming. Lily says, I want her to adopt me. Nails in New York said, ha, RJ, you look furious with your mom. Rob said, your mom needs to be on more. Ashley Martinelli says she's adorable. Tell her happy Hanukkah, love her, and happy birthday. Fuck you all. You all be ashamed of yourselves. I'm trying to do a program here on my own. I got kitty bombed by my own mother. And it's embarrassing and it's shit. I'm trying to do my own shit. And the mother, you birth a son and you're supposed to let them go out in the world. And they don't, and yet she can't give it up. She got to bomb the Christmas show nonetheless. What a shame and what a horrible thing. And you should all be ashamed for supporting that woman. Fast Food Guido said, will Mama City like cats? Judy, I'm not answering any more fucking questions about my mother. There's going to be a moratorium on my mother. Michelle said, do we need to send Sarah Silverman angry tweets in your honor for not answering a tweet? If she doesn't want to show up on the New Year's show, that's totally fine. That's her loss. It's me. If she wants to hang out with whoever she wants to hang out with, that's her own business. What do you want me to say? I'm doing a wonderful show. It's not a wonderful show because David's there, but nevertheless, I will be there. Nielsen in New York said, we love you, RJ. It's all about you. Attention back to you. Thank you. It's my show. Shit. I put my name on it. I do the graphics. And I got Bob Hoped by my own fucking mother. The hell is this shit? Bill said, I can't stop laughing at your rant. Love it. Great. I'm happy you love it, Bill. I'm sweating now. I was having a lovely time. I have a cold. And I was getting over it. And now I feel like I have the flu at this point. Well, this has been an episode. And I want to say thank you all for watching, I guess. I don't know what else to say. Yeah. Let's get one final look and then we'll go hang my head in shame.